Nintendo has a huge problem, and they are ignoring it. With the Switch 2 on the horizon, you'd think Nintendo would be pushing up its digital store, making it better, safer, and more user-friendly, right? Well, no. Instead, the eShop is spiraling into complete chaos. I am talking stolen games, scam-filled garbage, AI-generated knockoffs flooding the store. And Nintendo? They're just letting it happen. But now the situation has exploded because Nintendo just got caught leaving a stolen game up for sale even after Xbox and PlayStation took it down. This could be a disaster for the Switch 2 before it even launches. Stick around because this one is bad. Alright, let's break this down because the story is absolutely insane. So, there's this horror game called The Backrooms 1998. It was created by a small indie developer called Steel Krill Studio, but guess what? Their game was stolen. A shady publisher called Cool Devs ripped it off and re-uploaded it on the Nintendo eShop under a different name, Backrooms Horror Escape. Same game, same assets, same mechanics, just a different name. And here is where it gets absolutely ridiculous. PlayStation and Xbox immediately took down the stolen game after Steel Krill Studio filed a DMCA takedown request. But Nintendo, they refused. That's right. Even after the actual developers provided evidence that the game was blatantly stolen, Nintendo let it stay up. They just ignored it. And guess what? This isn't an isolated incident. Cool Devs has multiple other games on the eShop that seem to be straight-up rip-offs of popular titles, including one that looks shockingly similar to the Pokemon trading card game. At this point, the eShop isn't just failing at quality control, it's becoming a playground for scammers. And if Nintendo doesn't do something now, this could completely wreck the Switch 2's reputation before it even launches. The eShop is a dumpster fire, and it's only getting worse. The Nintendo eShop has been a mess for years. Instead of being a well-curated store with high-quality games, it's become a dumping ground for low-effort, copy-paste games, overrun with AI-generated garbage, full of scammy, cash-grab rip-offs. Remember Unpacking, the beloved indie game? Well, its developer called out Nintendo for allowing a cheap knockoff to appear on the eShop, one that stole its entire gameplay concept, art style, and mechanics. And what did Nintendo do? Absolutely nothing. This is a pattern. Indie developers are calling out Nintendo for not protecting their work. And if devs can't trust Nintendo to stop stolen games, why would they even bother putting their best games on the eShop? And if they stop supporting Nintendo, less quality games, more garbage, and a store full of untrustworthy, broken, or stolen content. And that is not even the worst part. Nintendo could get sued over this. Nintendo is not just losing trust. They are setting themselves up for a legal nightmare. If they keep ignoring DMCA takedown requests, they could face massive lawsuits from developers, major copyright battles, and a reputation disaster that kills player trust in the Switch 2. Imagine waking up to these headlines dominating the gaming world. Nintendo sued over stolen games on eShop, developers demand action. Or, indie devs accuse Nintendo of ignoring game theft. Is the eShop a scammer's paradise? Or maybe like this, Nintendo's digital store is overrun with copycats, AI junk, and fraud. Fans are losing trust. Sounds bad, right? Well, this isn't just a hypothetical scenario. The cracks in Nintendo's digital marketplace are already showing, and if they don't fix this now, these kinds of headlines could become a reality. This isn't just about a few stolen games slipping through the cracks. It's about trust. Developers trust Nintendo to protect their work. Players trust Nintendo to sell them legitimate games, and for years, the eShop has been a pillar of Nintendo's digital ecosystem, but now, that trust is starting to crumble. And with the Nintendo Switch 2 launch right around the corner, this is the worst possible time for the company to be making headlines for all the wrong reasons. If Nintendo doesn't step up and fix this problem before it gets out of control, they're not just risking a few bad articles, they're risking the entire reputation of their next console. So, what can they do? How Nintendo can fix this before it's too late? There's still time to save the eShop, but only if Nintendo takes action now. Here's what they need to do before the Switch 2 launches. Number 1, stronger game approval process. Nintendo needs to stop allowing every random low-effort AI-generated game onto the eShop. Actually vet games before approving them. Number 2, listen to developers. If indie devs report stolen content, remove it immediately, no excuses. And last but not least, DMCA takeaways that work. PlayStation and Xbox fix these problems in hours. Nintendo is taking weeks, if not longer. That's unacceptable. And if they don't fix this, the the Switch 2 eShop could be an absolute disaster. Nintendo has one of the most loyal fan bases in gaming, but if they keep ignoring these problems, they could lose the trust of developers who make the best indie games, players who don't want to waste money on broken, stolen, or low-effort games. If they keep ignoring these glaring issues, they risk losing the trust of everyone who matters most in the gaming world. If Nintendo doesn't act now, they're not just risking the failure of the eShop, they are risking the credibility of their entire brand. So what do you think? Should Nintendo fix this now? Or is it already too late? Drop a comment below. I want to hear your thoughts. And if you love Nintendo news, leaks, and deep dives, make sure to like this video, subscribe, join the conversation below, because trust me, this is only the beginning. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.